And Jamie, take it away.
Hey guys. Okay, so I wrote down a few notes and I looked over them a little bit, but I'm really kind of just going with the flow today because this is something that I feel like everyone knows we need to do, but sometimes we don't know like how, or I don't know. We just don't always do it. So I just want to talk about being one, organized in your business and consistent. They kind of go hand in hand. The more organized you are, the easier it is to get your stuff done, to be consistent. And if you are unorganized, you're not going to have any idea what's going on. So I want to talk about first consistency, like the areas we can be consistent. So posting a few different things, posting like on your pages. So whether you use whatever if you use Facebook or Instagram or whatever, really start focusing on one. I know I'm posting on more than one now. I know Megan is. But guys, for the first 2.5 years, we were just really focusing on one because you have to be consistent in one. If you're trying to do two platforms and you're not being consistent in either, it's just not worth it. So if you can do two and post two consistently, that's awesome. But if you can't, just really focus on one and make sure you're getting posts. Two times a day, I would say, is like really what I shoot for. So I'm gonna quick show you how you can schedule posts. No, I'm actually gonna wait for that. So you can schedule posts. You can schedule posts both on your page and in your groups. I definitely recommend doing this in your groups. On your page, I don't recommend doing it unless you have to. What I would recommend doing if you are busy, as far as posting goes, is having it written out. Like we did that content workshop a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that, if you weren't on that, let me know and I can get it to you. But writing out your posts and having them ahead of time so you can just copy and paste it onto your platform. If you have time, if you're working and you can just quick run to the bathroom, or you have a lunch break or something like that. If you're on a road trip, I was on a road trip and I just quick did it when I stopped to get gas, but I had my stuff typed out. So having that stuff ready is going to keep you consistent. And then in your groups, you have to be consistent in your groups. I'm just going to show you quick how to share. Can you see my screen, Megan? Yes. Okay. So it's super easy. If this was a challenge group, this is just my team page, but all you do is go like you're gonna type up your post, and then you just click down here and schedule it, and it's super easy. So that's how you do that in your groups. You pick a time. When I schedule them especially, I like to do them super early because I like my people to see them first thing in the morning, before they work out or anything like that. And some people in our groups are getting up at like 4 a.m. So I schedule mine for like 3:50 Mountain Time or something like that. So it's super early, but that way people are able to see them right away. And that's a consistency that people like. If people can see that in your group every day, they can get up and see their posts. It'll keep them motivated because they can have that for motivation every morning. So the next place you need to be consistent is your power hour, like Megan was talking about. Whether you guys do a full power hour or you do 2 30-minute pockets or you do 10 5-minute pockets, whatever you do, you have to find time every day to do your stuff. I don't care how busy you are. You can find an hour here and there in pockets to do your stuff, to send your messages, to expand. You guys know what that is. If not, we have all the information for you. We can get that for you. But you have to find time to do it. If you guys aren't doing this every day, I'm going to say 5 out of 7 days a week. I try to do 6 or 7, but new coaches 5 or at least like 3. But you have to find time to do your stuff. Otherwise, you're like Megan said, if you don't treat this like a business, it's not going to reward you like a business. So keeping track of that, I know for me, if I don't have like a good tracking system for not my people, but my to-do list, I sit down and I get on Facebook and I end up scrolling right away. So I make sure I have my business activity tracker out right away when I start my power hour. So I look at that and I know exactly what I'm doing versus sitting down and scrolling on Facebook and wasting half hour because we don't have time for that. So just being consistent every single day, 5 days a week, minimum 3 days a week, but really shoot for 5, I'd say, in doing your power hour. in your workouts and your nutrition. You have to be consistent in this. I definitely struggle in my nutrition, but I'm always on point with my workouts. But being a product of the product is a vital behavior, and we just have to do it. So staying consistent in that, showing people that you're consistent in that, and showing people that they can do it too, that's super important. And then staying consistent by like just tracking your people. I guess I don't really know what I meant there, but just make sure you have a tracking system so when you're following up, you have a good routine. I know when I started, I didn't like have a good routine, so I would sometimes follow up with people like in a month, and then sometimes I would follow up with people in like 10 months, and then it was just kind of a mess. So if you have a good routine and a good tracking system, it'll be easier to consistently follow up with people in the right time frame. So this is probably going to be a super quick call. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. But
Jamie, I just want to jump in quick. And as far as tracking, because I see there are a few new coaches on our calls, whether you use pen and paper or even like if you schedule something in your calendar on your cell phone, like, okay, I talked to this person today, and then go like, I want to talk to her again next week, and just write her name and schedule it when you're going to reach out to that person. Or if you have like a Google Sheet or Excel, or there's no way that you have to track, whatever works for you.
Yes, but definitely we can talk about that more. I know we did a training call on it a while ago, and we can definitely probably go over that again, but just get started tracking one way or another. If you're a new coach, if you talk to 2 people, write it down on a pen and paper, and you'll get a better tracking system down the road, but you got to start somewhere. So organization. So one basic thing is just like your workspace. So I really try to keep my workspace organized. It's also my bedroom, so I try to keep my bed made, my clothes put away, stuff like that, just because it keeps your mind in a mental place, or good place mentally, along with my desktop. So like I don't like to have a million things on the background of my desktop because it drives me crazy. And that's just me, but I think like staying organized in those little ways, so you can, when you're on your computer, if you need something, like hopefully everything on your computer you're using, right? So if you stay organized and your desktop's not a mess, you're going to be able to find what you need easier. So just staying organized and using folders, and whether you keep your stuff on your computer or an online platform or whatever, just staying organized and labeling your, like the pictures and all that stuff, labeling your documents so it's easy to find. Get a planner, so you can keep track of team calls, national wake up call. We have Janelle Summers team trainings that we can get on. We have Christy Williams team trainings we can get on. There's a million trainings we can get on. So if you get a planner, you can put your work stuff on there, your family stuff on there, and then you can see exactly, you can block out this and that. I just definitely recommend getting a planner, staying organized with that. And like Megan said, also, I even had it written down. My phone calendar is my life. I have reminders on there all the time. You can do a text reminder for like the national wake up calls. I did that, and like it stopped working after like 2 years. It was super weird. So what I do is I just have every week, it's a reminder it's just a calendar reminder. It's an event every week on my phone. And I have that for, national wake up call. I have it for my team calls. I have it for Janelle Summers call. So that way I always have a reminder and I'm able to get on those calls, because otherwise I forget. And if I forget, I'm probably not going to watch the recording. Another thing I use a lot is Google Docs. So if you guys use, I don't know, I guess for like I have new coach emails, I have scripts on there. I have stuff for my challenge groups. I have all my Google Docs, so I can just go to them, copy and paste, send an email, this and that, but have those all organized. And it's just a lot easier if we're having our platforms organized and having everything in a platform. I know when I started, I was a mess and I didn't have anything organized. And I wish I would have done it sooner, but Google Docs is perfect because I can go straight from my phone or my computer and it's just right there. So I love Google Docs. Google Sheets also I use for some things, but whatever you use, just keep organized, find something to use. The other thing we talked about tracking is make sure you're also tracking not only like your people you're talking with, but your customers. Once someone signs up with you, you should not be done coaching them. That's actually when you should be starting. So find some way. I struggle with this also. I struggle with checking in with my people. So I print off sheets now, and I have like a calendar on there, and I like check off, I write down the days that I'm going to check in with them, and I check it off, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to check in with people and help them be consistent. So us checking in with them consistently is important. So find a way to keep up with your customers as well, because it's really important. We're not here to just let people do everything on their own. I also use the Notes app a lot. I'm actually going to get on the Zoom on my phone and show you guys two things. Hold on. Does anyone have anything to add, Megan? Any questions? No?
I guess I do want to say one thing. So we have access to all of these trainings, whether it's you're searching YouTube yourself to learn something, or you go in your back office, or you listen to these live trainings. Make sure that you're not just constantly watching training after training after training, and you're not implementing. So, I'll listen to the National Wake Up Call. I'll try something new that doesn't work for me. So then I'll go and I'll try something else new. But you have to be trying these things and doing different things if you're just like, you're not moving forward, because obviously, you're doing something wrong if it's not working at all. So watch the training, implement it, or if it just doesn't vibe with you, don't implement it and try something else. But don't just watch them and collect all the information and do nothing with that information that you're learning.
Okay. So I am going to, oh my gosh, it's getting really bad feedback. I'm going to like back away from my computer. Okay, so I don't know, it's not working. Okay, so it's not working. I was going to show you what I have on my phone, and then how to do the text replacement that Meg taught me, which is like a lifesaver. So in my Notes app, I have different folders, or I think it's folders, yeah. So I have like one for my Instagram, and so in my Instagram one, I have a couple different like scripts in there that I can use, and then I also have my hashtags. And then in another folder under my Notes app on my phone, it's called Posts, and I just have some posts that I have written out, so I can go and copy and paste. So I also have like challenge group posts, so I can use those, good challenge group posts that I might use again. So having those things written out to reuse. We are not here to redo things over and over and over and over. It's not that you never want to make a new post and that you should be posting the same exact stuff every single group, but there's no sense in making a new thing every single time. So especially if it's a good one, just reuse it, put it in a thing, put it in your notes, and do that. And then text replacement. So Megan, have you taught your team how to do this?
I didn't, because on Janelle Summers' call, she taught them how to do that, but I'm sure there's people that haven't watched that, so go ahead if you want to.
Okay, so if you have an iPhone, I don't know if you have a Android, I have no idea if that's a thing, so you might have to do your research, but if you have an iPhone, go to your phone and go to your settings, and then go to general, and then go to keyboard, and then go to texture placement. And so under there, I know like mine had some pre-programmed like IDK, I don't know, things like that. So when you type IDK, it takes that inputs in, I don't know. And so what Janelle Summers taught us was that you can to put like in like little scripts in there or phrases or things you say a lot. So I have one like that I say all the time is like, oh, what do you do? So it's my like shortcut that I just text is WD, and then it types out what do you do, exclamation mark, question mark. And that saves so much time to those little phrases or the scripts or whatever you say a lot. I almost prefer working from my phone now, and I used to hate working from my phone, but it's so much easier. And I don't have, I have like a few scripts in there. I don't have a ton of scripts in all of them. I always put something in the beginning and at the end. It's not just like a one thing, send, one thing, send. But I used to hate working from my phone, and this has made it so much easier. So I added a few at first, and now just something if I notice I am saying a lot, typing out a lot, I'll just add it. Like I just started saying all the time, like, oh, are you a coach too? So I'll probably go and add that because it's simple, and it's just helped me a lot. So a couple other ones I have is I have my scripts of like my coaching information and my challenge group information so that it's broken up. So they're into like little different sections. So I can send that to people on my phone without going to copy and paste. I have a few scripts, like I said. I have the other one I have is like a lot of when people say they're interested, I always ask them like, oh, what are your health habits? So I have that in there. So it's just super quick. If I'm on my phone, I can just be like, oh, awesome. What are your, how are your health habits? Blah, blah, blah. And then after that, I can go from there. After that, it's pretty much depends on what they say. But that's something I say almost every time. So it makes it so much easier. So I think that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions?
With the text replacements too, if you have an iPhone, I absolutely recommend you doing this. One thing that I have in mind is, so if I write up some posts and people are like, maybe it's a transformation post, people are like, wow, you look really amazing. It's just blowing up with people saying like, awesome, good job. And I want to go and like thank each of those people, one for more engagement and two to thank them for the kind words. So I have like one text replacement that's like, thank you so much. And then the shortcut is TY. And I have another way of saying thank you, and it's TYY. So I just type those in for different ways to say thank you. I use the same scripts when I talk about what you all get in like a challenge group or when you sign up. Those are my text replacements. So if we're in the car with my family, I just type in INF, and that's one chunk. INFF is another chunk of information. PRCs, when I talk about the pricing info, then that just automatically comes up. So, it's my words, so it's not like I'm cheating or people aren't getting my words because I wrote it. They're all my words, so I don't feel bad about it. But it saves me a ton of time versus having to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I have that too. Like I said, that's my like challenge group info. It's all in there and it's in different chunks. So I send it and then they can respond, and then I can send more, and then they can respond, and then I can send the price. And then, it just makes it easier. So I definitely recommend doing that. Like I prefer, I'll be like on my computer talking to someone and I'll be like, ugh, and I'll like go to my phone and send them a message because it's like that much easier. So yeah, that's all I have. But really, guys, like this business, it's not easy. It's simple. It's hard. It's going to be hard. You're going to hear no. You're going to have bumps, but it's pretty simple. If all you got to do is be consistent in your posting, and you're talking to people, in expanding your network, and everything we do in your own health journey, you just got to be consistent. Staying organized is going to help you be consistent. I'm just an organization freak, so I just wanted to give you guys some of my tips and some of my tools that help me stay organized and consistent. And yeah, that's really a lot that this business is just doing your stuff every day and keeping up with it and doing it long enough for it to give you results. So yeah, I don't know. Anyone have anything else, Megan?
No, I don't think so. Does anyone have any questions about whether it's related to what Jamie just talked about or anything else? Sorry, my dog.
I have a question. It's kind of off topic of what we're talking about today, but
That's okay.
I'm having some trouble getting people to sign up for challenge groups, getting interested in them, things like that. I've been running a few free groups, and again, I have a few people that sign up, not a ton. But I'm also, I guess, wondering about paid groups and how people do those exactly. Like, do you have people pay, $10 to get into the group, and then you give prizes or something like that throughout? Or I guess, how do you do that?
So my paid groups are, you have to sign up with a challenge pack. You can do a challenge group any way that you want to. Like, you can have people that are already on their own fitness programs and you just want to help hold them accountable. You can have people that only sign up with Beachbody on Demand and you want to let them in your group. That's fine. For me, I don't work for free, and I'm very blunt when I say that. I love me some free stuff. I'll be the first to admit that. I love a good deal, but I don't work for free. And as coaches, we can guarantee them results when they sign up with a challenge pack, because if they're following the nutrition guide, following a program, and drinking Shakeology, we are allowed to guarantee them results. We can't do that if they don't sign up with Shakeology. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
There is a guarantee, right? Beachbody, 30 days.
Yeah.
Or something like that. With the programs, is that correct?
So can you say that again? You kind of cut out.
Sorry. Is there a money back guarantee if they don't get results, right?
Yep, there's a 30-day money back guarantee on everything. So even if they just signed up with Beachbody on Demand without Shakeology, they can still get that 30-day money back guarantee. And there's the 30-day money back guarantee at the bottom of the bag. So even if Shakeology, like the bag is gone, they can send the bag back and still get their money back. So for my paid groups, I require Shakeology in my groups. And if previous customers want to come back into a new challenge group, I say, yeah, you absolutely can. The only requirement is that you're on Shakeology. I also have like a free fit community group where all of my challengers who complete a challenge group, then I put them into my free community group. So that way they're not just like, okay, bye, done. So I have another place to put them, and that's like my graduates, I guess, if you will. But so I talk to people. I personally, and I think Jamie does the same thing, I only offer the all access challenge pack because I know that's the best solution. I don't tell people that there's an option without Shakeology because, one, I can't guarantee them results. It's part of the meal plan. And I'm really confident that people are going to like it. Sometimes it takes a little different ways to blend it and make it before you find a recipe that you like. But it's just being confident and believing that what you have to offer is going to get them results. Because if you're not confident, if you don't believe in what it is that you have to offer, then they don't have any reason to either. So that's one part of it. Jamie, what do you want to add to that?
Sorry, I'm eating. Yeah, I think being confident in what you have to sell is huge because people can see that. My mom always tries to get me. My mom's she loves MLM. She's always trying to get me to sell whatever the heck she's doing right now. It's Monet, whatever the hair stuff. I love it. I use it. I'm not going to sell it, Mom. Sorry. This is what I do. And there's a reason I do it, and it's because it changed my life. And that's why I do this. And I believe that. And I'll tell my story to people. But you just have to have that why. You have to have belief in the products. And you have to talk to a lot of people. You can't just talk to 5 people and expect 3 people to sign up. I talk to a ton of people every day. And right now there's a lot of people in the fitness industry. There's a lot of keto diet and this and that. So I'm talking to more people than I've been talking to in the past. Just because that's what's going on and that's what I need to do. So know that we're talking to a lot of people. It's not like we're just talking to 5 people a day. We talk to a lot of people every day. So just keep going, but give the value, make sure they know the value. Ask questions when they ask questions, ask them what they've tried in the past, what goals they have, relate their goals to what we have to offer, and just make them feel connected to it, and more than just like oh yeah, I want to hear about it. Okay, here's what we have to offer. Here's Shakeology and this and that. How does that sound? You know what I mean? Be like, okay, so, the Shakeology can really help with your energy. It can be a really quick snack or breakfast in the morning. That really helps get people connected and excited. And yeah, that's all I have. So.
Did that help, Kim, at all?
Yeah, I think so. I think there are a couple things that are barriers for me. Sorry, I have a 6-year-old playing with magnetiles over there, but and one of them I think has just been trying to find my niche with challenge groups, and trying to figure out how to work them well. I have a lot of people that like my fitness posts and comment on them, or then I see them out in public or something, and they're like, "Oh, I really love seeing your journey," but then to get them past that to the point of actually getting involved themselves is where I've been having trouble. I have a lot of people that love to see my journey, but then the hard part is getting them that next step.
So the simplest thing for me, and I know Jamie does this too, is especially with those people who are really following you and like express that they're following you, is, first thanking them for their support. Thank you so much for your support. It's really not always easy putting myself out there, so I really appreciate it. Are you on a fitness journey too? Like putting it out there, asking them, are you on a fitness journey too? If they say no, they're not. You should join my next challenge group and be excited about it. What's a challenge group? Kind of talk about it. Well, it's this group where we're all on our own health and fitness journey, holding each other accountable to reaching our goals. Can I send you more information? And then you can send them like, awesome. So, I have scripts on our team page if you go to the files section to tell how I talk about it, but you don't have to follow a script. I like to use a script so that way everyone's getting the same information, but telling them, you get access to over 700 workouts streamed online, so you can stream them anywhere you are. We have the best of the best super trainers that are very certified. You get all the nutrition guides, so you have the fitness and nutrition to reach maximum success. And then I also like to put in there that, we have programs that are very super beginner, no impact, all the way up to heavy lifting plyometrics. So you can, we can meet you where you are and you can progress. And so kind of transitioning in that way.
Okay.
I had something on that too, but I totally spaced it. But, what I was going to say is there's going to be people too that are like, just keep following up with them every few months. Keep checking in. I know there's a lot of people that follow me and they say like, you're such an inspiration for my own health journey, and like they're doing their own thing, which like kind of like is like, but it like, that's awesome. Like really it is. It's great. Like it's selfish of me to think like, it's like, that's awesome. I'm inspiring people to be healthy. That's what I want to do. I check in with them every couple of months, how's your health journey going? Maybe they are working out and they're not good on nutrition, and then you can talk to them about that. Maybe they are working out, but they could really use yoga. So just talking to them about it, checking every few months. That's just people. Not everyone's going to join you. People are going to join you down the road. Some people are going to follow you for 2 years and then join you. Some, you know what I mean? So just know that it's keep up with them. I don't know.
I think part of my part of the barriers for me too is I just turned 39 yesterday. So I kind of have a different group on my Facebook, if that makes sense, so a lot of the people on my Facebook can relate to me, they're around my age, they have kids and things like that, but it's hard, I think, at this point in our lives to make fitness and our own health, I guess, a priority, and I think what I'm running into a lot of times with friends of mine, especially that are my around my age is they want to do it, but then asking them to commit to the cost of things has been an issue. And I don't know. I'm not sure if that's more of an age generational thing or what it is, but that's where I've been kind of hung up too.
I think for me, and you're never not going to get a price objection. You will never not get that. But for me, Tyler is a personal trainer. He's a fitness coach. I know there are other trainers on our team, within our teams too. People pay $350 a month. And so for that's
my roommate pays $300 a month for her gym.
Yeah. And so knowing that, I think that helps me be more confident when I talk about it. And I keep talking about confidence so people can feel that. And I started asking people, like, is price the only thing holding you back? Like, I put it out there full force on them. And sometimes I'll get like a yes, I really, really want this, but I really can't afford that. And be like, okay, we can work with this. Maybe put them into a free group. They can sign up with a free trial. Or if they really can't afford a challenge pack, then maybe you can get them with just Beachbody On Demand for $99 for a year. That's better than apps. That's better than nothing. Or like, what's the biggest risk in your eyes doing this? We have the 30-day money back guarantee, like really digging deep to get more out of them. I've had, from asking these specific questions, I've had so many people like opening up. Like, I actually had a girl who wanted to talk to me on the phone the other night. And she like bawled her eyes out to me because she's like, I want so badly to do this. I've been following your journey. And she just like poured her heart out to me because I asked her, what is the biggest risk in your eyes? Is price the only thing holding you back? And she admitted some like other stuff to me. So it's digging deep down. And now I'm at SE2 for the month because I ask those deeper questions. And also, do you know, I'll talk about this at a different time because it's a personal question. But does anyone else have questions about this? I hope that this, like us talking, came through this. I hope that this is helping everyone because I feel like this is really great information of overcoming objections and all that other stuff. But does anyone else have any questions too about anything? Awesome. Okay, before we wrap up, Jamie and I are like super excited. I know, I almost forgot. So we're gonna be doing a group next month, and like our teams have been like going, been going crazy and growing, and like you guys are doing stuff, and we're really excited. So we want to do this group to help train and give you more in-depth training and information to help you push and to reach your financial goals. I talk so proudly about money because maybe money can't make you happy, but money can give you opportunity to do stuff. You need money to survive. Don't be afraid of wanting money and going for money, okay? But so anyways, we want to give you this group where we're going to but like re-give you other trainings that we've learned and just help you to really dig deep, figure it out what it is that's not going right and move your business forward. So we're going to start this group next month. But in order to get in the group this month, you have to get at least Success Club 4. That is 2 people. We're only on, what is today, the 4th? We're only 4 days into the month. There are 31 days this month. So if you can help and sign up 2 people with a challenge pack or just with Shakeology, because maybe they just want nutrition help, and get to SC4, you can get in this group for next month. We'll figure out some more details on the group, but as of right now, the only requirement, and there's a requirement to get in the group because we want to know that we're helping you, that those that want to be helped. So SC4 is the requirement. We're really, really excited about it. This group is going to be like off the chains. So keeping that in the back of your mind, we'll give you more information as that comes. Other than that, thank you guys so much for hopping on. I hope this was helpful, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.